Hello, all of my super bears! My name's Chronically Blue, and welcome to the finale of Super Mario Bros. 3 Deluxe! This episode, we are finishing all the E-Reader level cards, and we're also finishing World 8. We are starting and finishing World 8, so if you haven't seen World 8 yet, don't you worry, my sweet, super amazing bears. We're gonna finish it today. We're gonna start and finish it today. And then, I think you know what next episode's gonna be. I think you know. I hope you know, because if you don't, we're going to find out at the end of this episode. That's right. We're going to do this stuff. I do have a little bit to talk about. Not a lot of it, just a little bit. Not a lot like a chocolate, but a little bit like a chocolate. So, what happened? One, I recorded everything. That's not the bad part. Don't beat me to the punchline. We recorded everything. I recorded everything. I don't know why I said we. I guess I think of you when I record stuff. Recorded everything, recorded the audio for the first part. What do you mean? Well, I went and did the first part, then I had to take a break because I was getting frustrated. So I took a break, did some research, and that helped motivate me. So then I went back, I finished everything. But I noticed that my microphone audio, it just kind of had like the exact same volume for some reason, which was very confusing to me. So I went and listened to it, and I just didn't hear anything. It turned out that my microphone was switched to my game capture device. That's not helpful. That's not commentary. That's game capture audio. So I'm here going through and re-recording it all. Just the audio, thankfully. And I'm kind of glad, actually, because there was a lot of deaths. Like, a lot. So I was able to edit out a good, strong majority of the deaths out, so that we would be able to have as you can tell, a much shorter episode than what we normally do. This episode under 15 minutes, so that is already fantastic. And of course, once we finish Super Mario World, as voted by you all in the polls, I will be taking the entire Mario Marathon, putting into one great big video, and putting it out for all of you to enjoy. I hope you enjoy this. We're not there yet, but it'll be cool. It'll be exciting. I think it'll be fun. Just to see how long it took for me to beat the 5 original Mario games. One thing that I'm glad that on the SNES, they just put Mario 1, Lost Levels, 2, 3, and then you also had World on the SNES as well, but I have the entire collection, which is very cool. But if you've ever played The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, it was a pre-order special thing. It's like $60 or $80. It's on the GameCube. It comes with Zelda 1, Zelda 2, skip the SNES, goes straight to the N64 Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask, and then you get a 20-minute playable demo of Wind Waker. That's cool. That is really cool. I don't hate it, but I just kind of wish that they were able to squeeze in the SNES game as well. And for as long as I've had that collection, I've never beaten it. Not a single game. Because, sweet goodness, like, I need, like what I'm doing here with my Let's Plays, I need that for a Zelda game. There's only one Zelda game I have beaten. Like, full-on beaten. Like, saw the end credits and everything. And that was Link's Awakening Remaster on the Switch. That was the only game I'm just like, hey, I kind of like this. I kind of know what I'm doing. And I just finished it. And it was such a great feeling. It really was. I'm just like, wow, this is my first Zelda game I've ever beaten. Wow, I can't believe it. And it was just so cool. Here we have some platforms that are going to slowly move us up into some spikes. This is, of course, still the E-Reader level, so it's going to be a little difficult, because why wouldn't it be? And we are actually doing the last levels. Now, because I miscounted, go figure, we are actually doing 8 levels. That's right. We're doing the last 5 E-Reader levels, and then the 3 additional PR levels. I'm not sure what PR stands for, but we will be taking care of all those. Don't you worry. And plus, with this being the Nintendo Switch Online version, we do have the rewind feature. Thank goodness. Now, if you play the Nintendo Switch Online, you have the rewind feature on so many many games and systems except for the N64. The N64 is like, yep, you don't get a rewind. And I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense, kinda. I mean, it doesn't, but I'm gonna say it does, because why not? I'm sure if we got a GameCube or Wii version of Nintendo Switch Online, they would not have the rewind feature. That's just kind of standard. Just because the GameCube uses just about every single button possible. The only button it doesn't use is ZL and select. That's the only two buttons that are not on the GameCube controller. So that kind of makes sense a little bit. The Wii, that's a unique beast. It really is, because I feel like for the Wii games, it's almost impossible to play it in handheld mode. Like, unless, like, Nintendo would have to do a lot of work to let us play Wii games on Nintendo Switch Online. The GameCube, I don't think that'll be a lot of work. That's just a Pro Controller, you know? That's it. I don't think it'll be that hard. But then again, I'm not a game developer. I don't know what all goes into making games and such, so, yeah. I started off today, I woke up, and then I took a nap. I'm very sleepy. I'm a sleepy bear. If you're wondering where I got it from, I'm a sleepy bear. So that's where it came from. Although I'm slowly becoming a sleepy otter. So we are doing the E-Ruta card still, but we are actually fighting against Bowser. And this is a different layout than the final boss fight, so it's nothing too different. We don't see the end credits if we beat all the E-Ruta level, so that's not a big deal. But we get to go over the strategy a little bit here. So what you want to do is you want to stand in two of the same spots, and then Bowser will fire two flamethrower blasts, and then you're going to jump and avoid it. Or get hit like I do. Yeah, that's the entire gist of this here. I recently got the 360 from my mom's house, which it's a completely functional 360. It's one of the originals, and to open it, you have to use a knife. Like, the disc tray does not open. To open it, you have to use a knife. So I'm just like, I grew up with this, so it's completely fine for me. But to everyone else, it's like, why? Just get a new one. I'm just like, that's what I'm trying to do. But I now have a 360 Slim and a 360 regular. The Slim cannot read discs. The 360, I think, can read discs. I'm hoping. It also has more storage, but if we are able to fix the Slim so that it can read discs as well, I don't really need the other one, so I'll be able to just give that back to my parents. And just for the short time. Okay, we have gone ahead and defeated Bowser, but that is not the end. Because of course now, look at the length of this video. It's not the end. I don't know if you like it when we break the fourth wall. I kind of do a little bit. Unless I'm specifically watching something where it's like a marathon, which is very rare. The first I can remember someone doing that would be Some Call Me Johnny, his Sonic 06 review, which is very infamous at this point, especially if you're in the Sonic community. I remember watching it when it premiered, and just being like, look at the length of this video, we're not even done yet, this is just a story. And I'm just like, yeah. And at that point I was like, oh wow, we still have half an hour to go. I didn't realize that. And it was just so cool, because if a YouTuber can engross you so much that you forget like how long you've been watching, that's fantastic. That's awesome. With Mario 3, I'm really glad that I was able to record it, show off the E-Ruta cards as well as the SNES version, because I've never played, well, I played like 2 levels each of the Mario games in the SNES collection, but I never like went through and played it all, and I'm so glad I did. It is so beautiful, and I didn't know about it for so long. I just thought the only way to play would be on the NES, but like, look at this beautiful starry background. Granted, this is the Game Boy Advance version, but we are going to see that in the SNES version too. Like, they really outdid themselves with the background. They made it look so good. And for that to happen, it's just so unique. It's so pretty. I can't even describe how lovely it is to see and be surprised by the lovely backgrounds. It's like if you watch Elio2 on YouTube. She's also a Let's Player. She's currently doing Ocarina of Time. She put in a lot of work and effort, and like it shows. Like she has like a unique background for every area, and it is so beautiful. It is so fantastic. She has 2 Let's Plays, Pokemon Sword, I believe. It's either Sword or Violet, one of the 2, or Arceus. I don't know. It's a Switch Pokemon game, and Ocarina of Time, which she's playing on the Nintendo Switch Online, which is completely acceptable. Absolutely. I know I'm not the lawmaker here, but it is completely fine. If you are playing a game on Nintendo Switch Online, that's fine. Like 120%, that is a-okay. Like, you paid for that. You have it. It's officially a product of Nintendo. You're fine. You know, you're good. Some people use different methods, which are a little more unique. They really vary. It's a toss. It really is. If you buy a SNES cartridge that has like 15 SNES games on it, then it really depends. I don't want to put my thoughts out there because I could very easily get called out on it, but if it is not easily accessible on Nintendo Switch Online, then it really depends. It depends. It really does. But now, we have the first airship that is going backwards, and if this is making your skin crawl, you are not the only one. This made my skin crawl the entire time. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it more than seaweed. Look at these ridiculously tiny platforms. They are. Oh, you know what? I think those platforms are supposed to be like an E, like the E-reader. You know what? That actually kind of makes sense. I still hate it, but it makes sense now. Anyway, nothing fills my body with more happiness than finishing a Let's Play. Especially one that's gone on for 8 episodes. 8 episodes is really short in terms of Let's Play. At least I think it is. But it's fantastic. We've been through a lot. The videos have been long, and I'm very happy to say that starting as a Mario World, we are going back to the regular format. We only did the 1 episode per world because I was really trying to get this done. I tried to make the episodes in a way that if you're wondering what level we're on, you can just look at the title and be like, oh, that's what world level part we're on. So, you know, Part 1, World 1, Part 2, World 2, so on and so forth. That's why Part 8 is World 8, and it is also the finale. So I'm just so glad that... I'm not very thrilled about the length of the video itself, but that's also kind of why I put them on the weekend. So people would have time to just like watch a little bit, see this or that, come back to it, and finish it, and so on and so forth. But I'm just so glad, I really am. And as customary with every previous Mario we've done, at the end of Mario 3, we will see the new background for Mario World. And Mario World, it is going to be the 100% 96 exits, just showing everything off. And I'm going to go at my own pace. I'm going to do what I want, do what I feel, and just make it a pleasurable, fun time for everyone. Here we have Boom Boom here. We've seen Boom Boom many times, and it will not be the last, unfortunately. We have died to Boom Boom a few times, but we've killed Boom Boom more than he's killed us, so that's what matters. It's so hard for me to even speak, just because there's so much, like, I'm looking forward to. We have Bowser Airship 2, which actually starts right where the last level ended, which is really unique. I've never seen that before, so it is so cool for that to happen. I'm so excited. I really am. Tonight we are having teriyaki chicken, which is gonna be delicious. I even got some adult water, just because we're not working tomorrow. And it's been, oh, okay. That gives me quite a lot to talk about, actually. The weather. Sweet goodness. I'm sure I talked about this last episode. I apologize if I did. I record them a day apart or so. I live in Florida, okay? Like, Florida just keeps me in my house, and he calls me a wild one. When I was bored, he gave me a whistle. I'm trying to name so many more Florida songs. That's about all I have. Oh, when I ask him what time it is, he says it's going down for real. And if you don't know Flowrider, that's okay. Basically, he was a really big, like, party rap guy, but, like, he didn't use any slurs or anything. It was just, like, a bunch of nonsense rap, just, like, something to fill the void, and then you just get, like, the awesome chorus, and it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just so much fun. That's exactly how... Imagine Pitbull, but from Florida. It's fantastic. It really is. I genuinely love it. I have so many Flowrider songs in my liked songs of Spotify-ness, so I very much enjoy it. I really do. Flowrider is so good. Now, I haven't kept up with him. There's very few artists that I do keep up with. And so it just kind of goes and goes. You know, whatever I hear on the radio back when I was 13, that's what I have. Same thing with Pitbull. The very few artists that I try my best to keep up with is Panic at the Disco, Paramore, Fall Out Boy, to an extent, My Chemical Romance, Gorillaz-ish, like just barely. Borns, I wish they release more music. I hope they do soon, but I've heard there's allegations and such, so that's not too cool. So on and so forth. For all the ones that I just listed, I have almost every single album of theirs on vinyl. The only one I don't is Fall Out Boy, and that's because it's unique journey to try to get all this stuff on vinyl. My Chemical Romance, done. Borns, done. Only released 2 albums, so that's not a big deal. Paramore, done. Kesha, yes. I want to say Kesha released a new album like a few years ago. Not I forgot the name of the... So there's an album that she has called Praying. I want to say that's the name of it. And it has Woman on it too, which is 2 really good songs. And then she released another one, and I'm just like, this isn't really my type. I'm not going to listen to this. So I don't know what's up with her. I know that she recently went to The Tonight Show, but that's about it. Oh yeah, speaking of The Tonight Show, apparently, James Gordon is leaving. So if you are, like, just finding this out, then congrats. James Gordon is leaving The Tonight Show. He's doing a farewell special. Alright, sorry, I went on to the weather and then talked about Flowrider for a while. That's the magic of post-commentary does to you. So what happened was, it was pouring. Like, not like a little sprinkle, you blink and then it's gone, but like full on pouring, lights flashing, thunderstorms, and then it went on to be like, oh yeah, there's hail. And I'm just like, what? There's never been hail in the, let's see, how old am I? Insert time gap here. Amount of time that I've been alive in Florida. So, like, what the heck? So there was hail, apparently, and I'm just like, okay, cool, glad I'm not driving in that. It was just so weird, it really was. And then it just kept going, it just kept going, and going, and going, and going, and I'm just like, what if we stopped? Okay, because, like, I'm trying to do stuff here. I can't even tell you how excited I am for literally everything. And the worst part is, I can't take a break. I know you're gonna be like, oh, you totally can, it's okay. And I'm like, no, I can't. Because if I take a break from anything, I'm going to just go to work, come home, eat, go to bed, and then I'll be like, hey, you know, it's been a while since I've done a Let's Play. Let me go ahead and do that. And suddenly it's October. So, no. I am really bad with time. I have really bad concept of time. I barely know what date it is. I just look in the bottom right corner of my computer to see what date it is, and then just see that it keeps going up and going up. And so that's why I Let's Play. I Let's Play, and do a video at least every day. Once we finish Mario World, I'm going to take out the weekend Let's Play. I just wanted to go ahead and put that in for the short time for the Mario Let's Play at the very least. So, once Mario World is finished, I'm going to take off the Saturday, Sunday episodes and just focus on 2 games. Just the Monday, Wednesday, Friday game and the Tuesday, Thursday game. As well as, once I do that, then it'll be really good, because I got... Y'all are voting, okay? Y'all are voting in the community tab, which I very much appreciate. If you haven't, you can still go to the community tab right now and vote for my next Let's Play. We have it up for a few different choices, but I can say for definitely, once we finish Psychonauts, we are definitely going to be doing Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, which I'm very excited for. I've never been in that game. I've played it. It is fun. Funny thing, if I'm doing a Let's Play of it, I've probably never beaten it. So, I'm very excited for it. And then, once we finish that, it depends on... I don't know if we're going to finish Uncharted Drake's Fortune or Sonic Frontiers first. I'm hoping we finish Sonic Frontiers first, because lots of people are asking for another Sonic game, which I'm cool with. That I'm not upset with that. That's fine. I just think it's a little close. So it's just really hard for me to be like, man, this is what people want, but also it's so close to another Sonic game. So I'm just trying to find that balance, you know? But if... So this is no time to dawdle. No time to dawdle. You have 20 seconds. You just run. Just run, do your best, and don't mess up. You're just running here. I can go ahead and talk about what happened at work. I'm sure I talked about it last episode. I apologize if I already have. I was working, and the internet was slow. So much fun. I couldn't get as many people as I wanted to done. And we normally leave at 3:30. I show up at 9, leave at 3... Sorry, 9. What am I saying? Show up at 7, leave at 3:30. And I was there, and it was like 3:15, and I was there just trying to work, trying to get more than the amount of people I've already finished, and then the internet went out. So I just sighed, raised my hand, the boss came over, and I said, hey, the internet's out. And he said, oh. Well, I guess that's a stopping point for today. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, go home. I'm like, okay. I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this as it is. And so that's basically what happened. I just took it where I could, and I was like, okay, we're done. Now I'm so glad. And I know I keep saying that. That's just because we're here. We've made it this far. And that's one of the main reasons why I had to, like, stop myself and, like, take a moment during World 8, was because I'm just like, this is so difficult. And I had to be like, I can't stop now. I'm this close. I'm this close. Like, if I'm more than halfway through something, that's when I'm like, you know what? I need to ride this out to the end. So with Super Monkey Ball Shadow, not even close. Not even a little bit. That's why I felt comfortable ending those series, because I'm not even a little bit close. Like, not even a tiny bit. So I'm like, you know what? We're good. We're good. We can pick this up on another page. The Monkey Ball, we are probably not going to pick up on another page. If I did a Monkey Ball game in the future, it would just be one of the regular ones that don't have all the challenges in it. Just because the challenges made it so much more difficult, and I thought it'd be easy, but it wasn't. It was not easy. For Shadow the Hedgehog, definitely. I'm definitely going to come back to that. Don't worry. I'm not going to do a Sonic marathon of 3D Sonic games. That'd be way too long. I will eventually come to Adventure 2 Battle, Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, 06. Unfortunately, we're going to do those out of order. Um, I believe what's most likely going to happen is once I feel enough time has passed, we're going to do 06 and then Adventure through Shadow. Not back to back, but slowly, just like with Spyro. Which reminds me, I do need to finish Spyro, because I haven't finished Spyro yet. Who knows? Maybe once I finish Sonic Frontiers, it'll be Spyro 3, so then I can be like, bye, Spyro. And Spyro's all like happy and is like, wow, you did it. That'd be really cool. Alright, with that, we have finished all the e-reader levels. Thank goodness. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I did. A little bit, I guess. I'm just so glad to have it finished. We are now in World 8 of Mario SNES. Before we continue, I do want to let you know there is a lot of bombs, a lot of explosions in game. So if you are photosensitive, I'm gonna highly suggest that you focus on a leaf or the sun, the bear, something. But if you are way too photosensitive, I apologize. You more or less just gonna have to like go to the credits. Now, if you want to play this game, you can on the Nintendo Switch Online with the expansion pass, just to play it all, or even just the Nintendo Switch Online, because you can play Mario 3 on the NES for just $20 a year. You can play a lot of NES, SNES, and Game Boy original games for $20 a year. Plus, you get online, so that's kind of cool. If you're a Let's Player, you're definitely gonna make use of that. If you're someone that plays games for fun, you might make use of that. I know when I used to play games for fun, I would just focus on buying games and then never have time to play them. That's why I force myself to, or else I'd just be sleeping. And sleeping isn't really that productive. So with Let's Plays, I can at least be like, hey, I finally beat these games that I've wanted to for so long. The thought has occurred to me, if what I would do, like what exactly would I do if I was like, you know what, I've had my fun. I've done so many great games. I think I'm done. What game would I play to just fully round it out? What game would I play to like seal the deal? To be like, you know what? This is the final Let's Play of Chronically Blue. I'm already a year in, so I'm already feeling fantastic. But I do not have a single clue as to what the final game I would play. So I genuinely don't. Because there's lots of games that I still want to play. And with this sort of... It's not even a punishment. It's just with this schedule that I have, it makes it so I cannot move on to another game until I finish the ones I'm currently playing for y'all. I can play games on my own time. That's no problem. So I play some games a little bit, nothing too amazing. And then when I'm ready, once we have a game finished, we move on to another one. Y'all know this. But I do not have a specific game lined up for, hey, this is it. Elio, too, she said that her final game is going to be Breath of the Wild, just because it's such a long game. I know Game Grumps haven't finished. The Super Gaming Bros have, unfortunately. They might have come back, I'm not sure, but it's very sad when one of your favorite YouTubers, Twitch streamers, Let's Players, TV shows, movie series end. And they end for good. It is really sad. But you can at least smile at the memories that you have. And just be so glad that you were able to watch it and be there with every upload. Watch as many series as possible. See so much of them and their lives and how they've grown. And that's something really fantastic that I'm very glad I can say. It's not like they ended just recently. It was like a while ago. But don't know why I brought it up. Oh no, we got hit in the face with a cannonball. Sweet goodness. Let's try to get on. There we go. So this is actually the Navy. Didn't know that. This is apparently the Navy airship. Or the Navy battleship. We're not too good at it. But with the star, we might be able to knock it out a little bit faster. What am I saying? It's an auto-scroller. We're not going to knock it out any faster. So recently, I uploaded the shorts. I uploaded the compilation of the best of Chronically Blue onto TikTok, and it garnered a response. I wasn't really in a good mindset to talk about it last time, but I'm good now. What happened was someone commented being like, "Wow, this is absolutely not funny whatsoever." Someone else replied, "This is like band kid humor but worse." And then the first person replied again, "It's still not too late to delete this." And I'm just like, you know what? No. I'm not going to. This is helpful for me. If I get viewers, subscribers, followers, awesome. That's not my goal. My goal is just to play games and have a way for me to finish it so that way I can be like, oh, did I really finish that game? I look it up and it's like, yep, I sure did. Okay, cool. That's it, because I am so tired of having a game collection and being like, man, I don't know what to play. Oh well, time for Sudoku. You know, like it's just seriously at the point where I'm just like, no, I'm tired of binging YouTube and sleeping and watching random reruns. I want to play the games that I spent money on. That's what I want to do. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. That's the whole reason why I've made this channel. I'm sure I brought this up many times before, but that's it. So many people on like a bunch of stuff, they were like, hey, how do I get famous? How do I get views? And you don't go in with that. So with those black squares, those are actually a 50-50 shots. If you land on them, a hand could come up and pull you down, so you have to do the level, or not. And so, right there, I went over all 3 black levels and did not get pulled down. Now that is the kind of RNG, random number generator, that I bet Mitch Flower Power wished he has. If you don't know Mitch Flower Power, they are a famous Mario 3 speedrunner. They've done lots of stuff on GDQ, Games Done Quick, and lots of so much great stuff. I think they have the world record or so, I'm not too sure. But it's been a while since I watched him, but I know that he brought it up and really wanted... It's always like... That part right there is where the run normally dies. If they get taken down by a hand, they have to restart and go all the way back to 1-1, get the warp whistles, go all the way to World 8, and hope to get it done correctly. But we are going to go ahead and show off those levels because, as we said, we are showing off every single level. Which is why it's kind of good that we kind of messed up there. There's a mushroom in that block there, thank goodness. We can go ahead and hit that hammer bro out. And then we can just move on up. And this is just the hammer bro section. Nothing too difficult, thankfully. I don't know how we missed that hammer. That was a really close hammer. But with every single black level that you complete, you get a leaf. There's only 3 black levels. We see 5, there's only 3. And don't worry, we will indeed get pulled down and go to the second one. The second one's actually the easiest. For this one, we have flying fish, if you remember from Mario 1, 2. Just some flying fish to annoy us, which is fantastic. But don't worry, because we died, we get to now go and do level 2. Like so. So I looked up how many levels were in World 8 because I died so many times on level 1 and level 2 of World 8. It turns out there's only 2 levels of World 8, so that's good. Very infuriating as well. But so there's only 2 levels. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 airship levels, a castle, and then Bowser. So if you defeat all the airships and such, awesome. If you get a game over, you can then use the warp pipes in order to go all the way back to Bowser, so you don't have to go through and do the levels anymore. You can just get a one-way ticket right to Bowser. I say one way, but it's actually like a 3-stop. But still, there's no levels or anything in between, so you still get to go directly to Bowser. But it is very nice, and it is what helped me be able to defeat it. But level 1 and level 2, I tell you what, they are something. They are woof. I tend to keep it to myself, especially if I believe that it could be triggering, so I'm just gonna continue to do that here. Nothing bad. It is all good stuff, thankfully. So I'm just so glad that good stuff is happening. I had some cake. That was good. I've been taking celery and dipping it in Italian dressing. Really good. Like that's good. That's good. I like that. I'm just trying to keep track of everything, make sure everything's in line, and just seeing what happens. And it's been pretty positive recently. So I'm like, it's kind of giving me the motivation to keep going. I also should probably have lunch. I am hungry. Man, what should I even have for lunch? I'm not too sure, actually. Oh well, I'll figure it out. So we've gone ahead and defeated Boom Boom. As you all know, Flash running multiple times. As I said back before we even started the SNES version. We are going to go down this pipe here, and we are going to do the first level of a 1. We're going to equip a leaf here, but we won't have it. If you can't tell, I removed as much unnecessary deaths as possible. Now, if you do have a leaf here, you can run back and forth on that first platform. You can fly up, there's a P switch, you hit it, there's a bunch of coins that you can get, and then there's also a second path where if you fly up and then just fly to the right, there'll be a pipe there, which will give you 3 1-ups. Super helpful. And then it'll actually pop you out right over here. Specifically with that pipe, with that piranha plant. Yes, this is just the part where I died a lot because there's this specially placed music block that is quite annoying to time the jumping off of. Because not only do you have to time the jump, you also have to get the speed right. Because if you're going too slow, you're not going to make it. If you jump at the wrong time, you're not going to make it. And so, just really good at dying. But I'm going to use a little bit of a cheat here. Not a cheat, but it's in the layout. We're going to wait for the bullet bills to come out, jump on them, and that will actually help us get the exact amount that we need so we can just go right on. So that's just one of the easiest ways to do it. Just don't even worry about the note block, just avoid it. We have level 2, the final level, the final regular level. And here we have a little bit of secrets here too. So you're going to first go down into the sand pit. On the right side, once you pop out, there's a pipe. On the left side, there's a pipe as well. For the left side pipe, we're going to show that off now. There is a mushroom / leaf in that little block there. On the right side, it's just coins. But no matter which path you take, they will eject you out at the exact same area, which is going to be right here. So if you go forward normally, there is the angry sun that's coming after you and a very lovely music note block section that you got to go through. Here there's 2 music blocks as well, which is why we are just flying right over it. And we are now going to complete the second level. How much is left? I hear you crying. A castle, a airship, and Bowser. We are so close. Now this part's really annoying. This is a door maze almost. Just lots of doors, so just, if you get confused, don't worry. I was. We have to make sure that we have at least a mushroom here. If we do not have a mushroom, we can always go to that top door up there in order to get another mushroom. Then we're going to go into this door here. Now, we're going to ignore everything. Just ignore all the doors. Get smacked in the face by fire. Make sure to jump properly. And here we have a thwomp. But right next to it is a question mark block, which gives us, that's right, a mushroom. Now, you may be thinking, well, the mushroom isn't going to do a whole lot. I need a leaf or, like, something better. Enter next to the door. Hey, look, that question mark block is back. And we get a leaf. Isn't that helpful? So now we can just fly over here, run under, and then go on top. Trust me, it's the best way. Don't go on top and then jump on top. You'll hit the head against the ceiling, and you just won't make it. Like, quite literally. Now here, we just make sure that you get at least one coin there. Because if you get this P switch over here, and then go in here, also get this fire flower, which is definitely going to help us. Then we're going to run to the right and enter that door there. Now we're going to hold down and wait for the P switch to stop, because now we are able to fight the final Boom Boom. Sweet goodness. And yes, it's on a conveyor belt. They decided to make it more difficult. As you can see, the fire flower definitely is very effective at taking him down. Very thankfully. So that's nothing we have to worry about. With that, we have almost finished the final lock. So now we can take that pipe up there. We can take this pipe to the left here. Go down this pipe. And we are now at the final tank. The final airship level. Which I'm very excited for. I'm not too sure what I'm going to have. I'm peckish. A little hungry for lunch. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna eat. I don't know. But what I do know is that, thankfully, all the stuff from my previous job is out of my house. So now, I get to knock over the super lame, boring dresser that's falling apart, move it out, and then we get to rotate the room 90 degrees pretty much. So that way I have a lot of space to play Connect games. What I might do is I might just do some one-off videos once we finish Frontiers, just to like pace it out before we do 06, just to make it a little bit easier so people aren't like being shoved Sonic. I know that not everyone loves the blue hedgehog as much as I do. Some people love him more than I do, which is scary. Did I say that was the final Boom Boom? I meant this was the final Boom Boom. Goodbye, Boom Boom. Okay, and with that, we are now on the very last level, the last castle, last everything. It is time to fight Bowser. But you didn't think it'd be easy, would you? When you start this level, go ahead and start running immediately so you can dodge the lasers. There's not a lot of tactics here. This is actually like the easiest level I can think of. Well, not easiest, but one of the easier castles. Don't stop moving there. Make sure you get at least close to that little sphere so that way it doesn't hit you. Jump right here to get a 1-up. Try to time it all right so that way you don't just go right down. Here we have more falling blocks, which is okay because we're just going to hop, hop. Just make sure that we do not get burned by the fire, because that's the least... I wouldn't like being burned by fire. I don't know if you would. I don't know. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own takes on such. You can jump up there to get that door. It's a little difficult to do, but I did it. But if we go through this route, then we at least get a mushroom. And mushroom's a little bit better than a door. Here we have a thwomp here that's trying to stop us from going down. I have to say, this is one of like the most brutal castles ever. Like, Bowser really put his thought into this. It's still easy, mind you, but like, it's easy to die a lot. Okay, so we are actually getting very close. Like, quite literally so close we can almost taste it. That is the only statue that shoots the laser. The rest of them don't. You can hit this question block here to give you a leaf or a mushroom if you're already powered down, as you know. Okay, and we are on the final part. Here, Bowser is going to start breathing fire at us in order to get us to go away. You can get hit by it, so just don't do that. But again, if you get a game over, you can take all the pipes in order to go right back to Bowser Castle. And now we have Bowser himself. What do we have to do? We have to jump and duck, so that way Bowser makes his own pit. The best thing to do if you already have a power pit is just stand on top so you don't have to worry about it. And once he does jump, you can just float away a bit, you know? It is helpful. just make sure to try to not stay at one place too much. And make sure to move as well. As my elementary school PE teacher always said, your feet are not glued to the ground. Move. Because whenever we played any sports, they'd be like, move your feet, you are not glued to the cement. I don't know if anyone else had that experience as well, but I did. Make sure to not fall down the hole. If you fall down the hole after killing Bowser, you will die. You will have to restart the castle. So don't do that. Can you believe it? We have officially beaten Mario 1, Lost Levels, 2, USA, and 3. And here's Peach. And look at this beautiful background. Look at that. That is just so lovely. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle. Are you sure? Because you kind of look like the princess, unless you're Bowsette. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Bye bye. And if you don't know what Bowsette is, you just keep it that way. Anyway, so now we have the credits where it shows us the 8 worlds that we went through. Oddly enough, we don't get the credits for all the people that worked on the game, which is a little unique, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But we get to find out the names of all the levels, and that's it, because that's it. I'm just so glad that we have officially finished Super Mario Bros. 3, because, sweet goodness, I'm ready to have much shorter episodes so I can record a lot more. I am so glad to be finished with this so that we can just go on and do the regular, like, 15 to 20 minute episodes, so that way it's less work for everyone. So I'm very excited to do that. Yes, that is Iced Land. We have Pipe Maze. And the final one is actually Castle of Koopa. So that's fun. I'm just so glad. I really am. I'm so glad that we've officially finished it. And it even says the end. Isn't that lovely? We get to hit start, we get to save and quit. And now, because we have finished Mario 3, so at this point we would have officially finished the original Super Mario All-Stars. But because this is All-Stars Plus World, we have one final game that is packaged in Super Mario World. And this is the final 2D Mario game from the NES, SNES era, which I'm so thankful for. We have gone ahead and completed just about every single game. The only one we are waiting on now is Super Mario World. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time with Super Mario World. Goodbye, my Super Bears.